I am 51 years old, my son is 29, and he and his fiancée Jen have a 6-week-old daughter Lily. She also has a 7-year-old son that is not my son's child, but I still consider him my grandbaby. I used to get along really well with Jen and told everyone she was like a daughter to me, but when she got pregnant she started acting weird toward me. Like I asked to be in the room for delivery and she said a clipped no, despite letting her 7-year-old son's dad's mum in the room for his delivery. No big deal, it's her choice. But when I went to visit in the hospital afterwards, she acted really put off that I was there. I figured she was just teared and left after 20 minutes to give her space. But then it continued. I have stopped in to see everyone about 5 times since she had the baby, and every single time that I walk in, she gets really quiet. Whenever I'm holding the baby, she is hovering. She keeps snapping at me over small things, like how I'm holding the baby, had her on her belly on my arm or sideways across my knees on her belly, because she's crying, obviously she doesn't like that, so stop. Or snapping at me for things I say to the baby, like when she starts fussing, I said, "You won't get your own way with me, you can't play me like that," in a baby voice, trying to calm her. And she goes, "She's 4 weeks old, how exactly is she playing you?" Then she got livid and actually kicked me out of the house one time because she picked up the baby for making the smallest of noises, and I told her the baby was going to get used to being held all the time if she kept doing that. And she said, "Well, it's a good thing she's my child and I don't have to listen to your crying it out nonsense." Well, I went there on Thanksgiving, and apparently it was her mother's first time meeting the baby, and of course the baby was all smiles and loved her grandma. But when I got the chance to hold the baby, she immediately started screaming and was promptly taken from me. I feel very slighted. I asked my son if he would bring the baby to visit me without his fiancée, because I feel like his fiancée's attitude toward me is the reason why the baby screams every time I hold her. I definitely think she's picking up on the hostility. I don't know why she even dislikes me now, but asking her currently would be pointless. He told me he absolutely would not bring his daughter to my place without her mother, because he wouldn't do that to his fiancée, who has never been away from the baby thus far. I told him they were purposely ruining my chance at a relationship with my granddaughter, and he said that wasn't true, and that I need to stop pushing my old-fashioned beliefs. Which is the first time I've heard of this. Am I the idiot for expecting him to bring my granddaughter to me without her mum so I can have a relationship with her? Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. You are absolutely. You're the idiot to the max. What the hell, lady? It's not about you. I don't blame Dill for not trusting you. You have zero respect for her as shown by slyly circumventing what you perceived would be her directive. Your expectation that your son would go behind her back is outrageous. You have awful judgment. And you don't even know how to hold a baby. You had the baby on its stomach. This is baby holding 101. You helicopter her when you're around. You must be an insufferable mother-in-law, and that's what baby is picking up on. Get a clue. Comment 2. You're the idiot. You create this problem by being an AH. Seriously, telling a newborn that they won't get their way with you and can't play you is absolutely pathetic. And who tiff cares if she picks her up for small noises? It's literally been proven that you can't spoil a newborn. You damn well know you're the problem. They've made that abundantly clear with what they've told you when you visited. Stop acting like a victim. No one is buying a damn thing you're saying. Comment 3. Since I told him they were purposely ruining my chance at a relationship with my granddaughter, you're the idiot. Nobody wants to listen to mother-in-law tell them that they're doing motherhood all wrong. Never mind that there are countless ways. Nobody is trying to ruin a relationship but a use. This reads like you're extremely pushy with them. If anyone is ruining a relationship, it's you. I'm guessing that won't be your first self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, for the update. It's been a tough month since I last posted about the tension with Jen, my son's fiancée. Things have only spiraled downward. I tried giving Jen space, thinking maybe she was just overwhelmed with new motherhood, but it doesn't seem to have helped. Last week I stopped by unannounced, hoping to catch them at a good time. That was a mistake. Jen was visibly upset that I hadn't called ahead, and the visit was incredibly tense. I didn't push to hold the baby this time, but the atmosphere was so strained I might as well have been invisible. I could see my son was torn. He wants to keep the peace, but it's clear he's under a lot of pressure. Jen didn't say much, but her coldness spoke volumes. I left feeling more like an intruder than a grandparent. The breaking point came a few days ago when I tried to reach out and apologize, hoping to clear the air. I sent Jen a text explaining that I just wanted to be part of my granddaughter's life and that I'd respect her boundaries. She didn't respond for 2 days. When she finally did, It was to tell me that she and my son had decided it would be best if I kept my distance for now. She said that my presence was causing her stress that wasn't good for the baby or their family. It was like a punch to the gut. I never imagined being shut out like this. My son called later to back her up. He sounded exhausted and said it was just until they found their rhythm as new parents. He promised to send pictures and updates, but it's not the same. I'm heartbroken. I'm missing out on these precious early weeks of my granddaughter's life, and I'm scared that this distance will set the tone for our future relationship. I've been racking my brain, wondering where it all went wrong, but I'm at a loss. I never thought wanting to be an involved grandparent would lead to being pushed away from my own family. Now for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You tried to give space and even apologized, which shows you're willing to work on the relationship. It's on Jen to communicate what the issue is, not just expect you to know and fix it. She needs to realize that you're family now, and that means working through tough patches, not just shutting people out. Comment 2. You're the idiot. It's hard to hear, but if Jen's asking for space, you need to respect that. Unannounced visits can be really stressful, especially if there's already tension. Maybe there's more to the story, and you're not seeing how your actions could be contributing to the problem. It's time to have an honest conversation and really listen to what Jen has to say. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Being pushed away from your family is painful, especially when you're not sure what you did wrong. It's important for Jen to communicate her issues instead of just expecting you to back off. Family is about inclusion and working through issues together. Maybe try writing a heartfelt letter, expressing your feelings and asking for a chance to understand and improve the relationship. Now for the next story. I, 35-year-old female, have been married to my husband Joey, 36-year-old male, for 2 years and dating for 4 years. I have a daughter, Emily, 13-year-old female from a previous relationship, and Joey has a daughter from his ex-wife. Her name is Sophia, 14-year-old female. My family has a family tradition of giving an emerald necklace that is passed down from a mother to their eldest daughter or son on their 14th birthday. Joey has known this since we first began dating, and that I plan to give it to Emily. We have been discussing Christmas gifts recently, and Joey brought up the necklace. He said it would be nice for Sophia to receive the necklace since it would show her that I truly accepted Sophia as my daughter, and it's in Sophia's words, gorgeous. I didn't love this idea because Emily is already aware of this tradition and is waiting to receive it. Her birthday is in January, so it is not a long ways off, and I said this. Joey accused me of favouring Emily over Sophia, being selfish, and told me that I could get another emerald necklace from Amazon in order to make it up to Emily. I told him that simply wasn't happening, and that the necklace was going to my daughter whether he liked it or not. Now Joey is giving me the silent treatment, except for when we're in front of the kids. He told my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law Veronica about what happened. They also believe I'm favouring Emily over Sophia, and that I should give the necklace to her. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Why doesn't he get the Amazon necklace for his daughter? Seems more appropriate than passing down the family heirloom to his. He's missing the point here, and he's also only brining this up BC. His daughter wants the necklace with no appreciation for the tradition behind it. If it was his and her appreciation of the tradition behind it, he would have brought this up before her 14th birthday, not after she's already 14. Comment 2. Not the idiot. You can absolutely buy a new piece of jewellery to give to your stepdaughter, but the original necklace is Emily's. It may be different if you and your partner had been a blended family since the girls were babies, but to have Sophia come into Emily's life only 4 years ago and take her family heirloom would be awful. If I were Emily, I genuinely don't know if I could get over that. Comment 3. Not the idiot. If Joey wants Sophia to have an emerald necklace so bad, he can get her one, and a tradition can be started for hypothetical grandkids. Now, for the update, the silent treatment turned into bitter arguments, and now we're sleeping in separate bedrooms. I've tried to reach out to explain how important this tradition is to my side of the family, but Joey's hurt has grown into something I barely recognise. 2 weeks ago, Emily overheard us fighting. She came into the room, her eyes red from crying, and told me she didn't want the necklace if it was going to tear our family apart. It broke my heart to see her like that, feeling responsible for a grown-up's mess. I hugged her and told her it wasn't her fault, but the damage was done. Emily's been quiet since, spending more time at her dad's house just to avoid the tension at home. Joey's ex-wife got involved too. She called me out of the blue, accusing me of causing unnecessary drama and not considering Sophia's feelings. I tried to be polite, but the conversation ended with her threatening to limit Joey's visitation if the toxic environment affected Sophia. I never thought the necklace would cause this much trouble. The worst part came last weekend. My mother-in-law showed up unannounced with a necklace for Sophia, nowhere near as valuable or sentimental as the emerald one, but still. She tried to coerce me into giving mine up, saying I was being petty, and that family is about more than blood or tradition. We had a heated exchange in which I might have said some things I regret. She stormed out, and Joey says she's rallying the rest of his family against me. I feel isolated, like I'm being punished for wanting to keep a piece of my history alive. I've considered therapy for Joey and me, or even giving the necklace to Sophia just to mend things. But that feels like giving up a part of myself and my daughter. I'm at a loss, torn between the family I was born into and the one I made with Joey. It feels like whatever I do next will only lead to more heartache. Now for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Your family heirloom, your rules. Joey needs to understand the sentimental value and respect your traditions. It's not just about a piece of jewellery, it's about what it represents. His ex-wife has no say in this matter, and his mother's actions are manipulative. Stand your ground and seek therapy to work through these issues. Your heritage is important and should be honoured, not dismissed. Comment 2. You're the idiot. It sounds like you're valuing a piece of jewellery over your family's peace. If your daughter doesn't want the necklace because of the strife it's causing, maybe it's time to listen to her. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices for the well-being of our loved ones, plus involving your daughter in this adult conflict isn't fair to her. Comment 3. Not the idiot. The necklace is a symbol of your family history, and it's not just a trinket to be replaced by your mother-in-law's offering. The fact that Joey's ex-wife is weighing in only adds to the unnecessary drama. It's your right to decide what happens to your heirloom, and therapy is a great idea to address the underlying issues without giving away a piece of your identity. Now, for the next story. I, 36-year-old female, love thrifting. I'm also a kid at heart, so this summer when I found several bags of American Girl doll clothes, I bought them. I collect old dolls that sometimes need clothes, but was really hoping an American Girl doll would show up. Against all odds, one did show up on the shelf a few weeks later. As a kid, I wanted an American Girl doll so badly, but they have always been pretty expensive, so I never got one. I paid $35 for her, took her home, and enjoyed dressing her up. My son joined in, dressing up his stuffed animals. It was so cute that I took a picture and put it on Facebook. Also, while researching her, I found out my doll is a Just Like You number 11, which is a bit rare and goes for $100 to $300 online. It's always fun to find valuable things at the thrift store for cheap. Fast forward to today, a few days after Black Friday, I got tagged in a post by a friend of a friend. Kay is asking if anyone has an American Girl doll to sell. She had tried to buy one online for Black Friday, but couldn't find anything within her price range. I instantly had Kay in my direct messages, DMs, offering me $50 for my doll. I declined, telling her that I don't know why my friend tagged me because my doll isn't for sale. She replied about how she had promised her 6-year-old granddaughter Mia a doll for Christmas. She was now worried if she ordered a more expensive doll online it wouldn't get to her in time, and offered me $70. I again declined and said my doll was something I had wanted for Christmas as a kid and waited a long time for. Kay immediately countered, "See, you know what it's like not getting the American Girl doll you wanted so badly. Please, you could make this Christmas so special for Mia. You can use the money to get a brand new one." I thought about it, I really did, but I told her no thanks. Finding mine at the thrift shop felt special, like it was meant to be. I suggested if she was worried about the doll not getting to her in time, she could get one of the much cheaper American Girl knockoff Walmart dolls and have it ready just in case, and return it if the American Girl doll makes it in time. Kay didn't want to get a cheap doll. She then switched tactics, asking me if I would even be able to look at my doll again, knowing that not selling her meant I ruined Christmas for a little 6-year-old girl. Yes, I can, Kay, because when you decide to be manipulative is where I draw the line. I immediately blocked her. Maybe this makes me the a-hole, but I don't really care. I'm sorry, little Mia. I hope you get the doll of your dreams someday. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Also, dress the current doll in 3 different outfits and then tell her you found 2 more at thrift stores for $15. Comment 2. Not the idiot, and also tell your friend of a friend to not tag you in posts like that anymore. Comment 3. Next time don't entertain the messages. Not for sale, then no more comments. Now, for the update. A couple of weeks later, I'm at another thrift store, my sanctuary, and guess who I bump into? Kay. I recognized her from her Facebook profile picture when she messaged me. Awkward as heck, but stay with me. She's holding a doll, looking conflicted, and I'm about to ninja my way out of there when she sees me. My heart's racing, but she comes over, and surprised she starts to apologize, like a sincere, no-holds-barred apology. She tells me her granddaughter found a doll she loved, not even an American girl, but she was still hung up on getting the best, so we're standing there between racks of vintage jeans and old records, having a heart-to-heart. Kay opens up about how she always felt she needed to give her kids, and now grandkids, the best to show her love. But that moment, watching her granddaughter light up over this random doll, not because of the brand, but because she genuinely loved it, made her realize she'd been wrong. It was like that American Girl doll was the universe's way of teaching her a lesson about value and love, she said. And she wanted to thank me for standing my ground because it led to this eye-opening experience for her. Now get this. I invited her for coffee. We chatted about life, kids, and of course thrifting. Turned out we had a lot more in common than a doll. But here's the kicker. I decided to give her those bags of American Girl doll clothes I found. Her granddaughter didn't have the brand name doll, but she could still play dress up to her heart's content. Kay was floored. Tears, hugs, the whole 9 yards. She tried to refuse, but I insisted. Since then we've become thrift buddies. She's learned the thrill of the find, and her granddaughter. She sent me a picture of her playing with the doll, dressed in those clothes, the purest joy on her face. Funny how things turn out. A doll that could have fetched a couple hundred online gave us something priceless, a new perspective and an unexpected friendship. Life's funny like that. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. You're the idiot for giving in to Kay's guilt trip. Sure, she apologized, but it feels like she's manipulating you. You should have sold those clothes or given them to someone who didn't try to guilt you in the first place. Kindness is one thing, but don't let people walk over you. Stand your ground next time. Comment 2. Not the idiot, what a sweet turn of events. Sometimes people make mistakes, and how we respond can either sour the relationship or mend it. You chose to mend it with kindness, and that's admirable. Plus, it's always nice to see American Girl doll clothes go to someone who'll cherish them, regardless of past misunderstandings. Kudos to you. Comment 3. Not the idiot at all. It's lovely to see that an apology was accepted, and you both moved past the initial issue. Your act of generosity probably meant the world to Kay's granddaughter. It's a good reminder that the value of things isn't just monetary, but also in the joy they bring to others. Plus, thrifting buddies are the best. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.